Need to change that setting. Oh, y'all really gonna make me log in and quit playing. Are you guys here yet? I don't see anybody. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Give me 1 second. This thing in my overlay irritates me every time I see it. It's the Black Gamer God in the second. Where is it? Aim your finger in the second the Steam situation. I feel like the text should be a little bit lower. It's not simple. Quick. While we wait for everyone to jump on. Oh, that just took like a load off my shoulders. Okay. So I know y'all stay here like, what were you doing? First off, can we get into this fucking like bump situation? Like this ain't even a fucking pimple, bitch. This is a fucking like what is that? And it hurts. Like how do I get rid of this? Like the skin's not is not ready to release. I don't know, but it hurts. And I keep getting these fucking bumps everywhere. I feel like it's from the latest subscriber's name. Oh, I meant to mention that too. Mosquito bite. No, I feel like it's from my hair scarf that I tie my hair down with. Um, maybe I'm not washing it enough. I don't know. Like I didn't think it was that dirty, but I take a warm spoon to it. Oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. Oh wow. Let's see, you guys are awesome. But yeah, I think it's the my scarf. I think it has like oil to it, and so when I'm sleeping at night, I feel like it just kind of because I'm getting all these bumps and stuff like in the same general area. So I feel like that's what it is. Anyways, that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about today is just some random shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know if I was gonna get on at all tonight because I had a great day today, honestly. Then um when we finishing up work, it's my mom's birthday today, y'all. Yay, happy birthday, Misha mama. I I just got hella tired, like hella tired when we was getting ready to when we was finishing up the last client and about to leave the shop. Like knock the fuck out, falling asleep. Like I don't take naps during the middle of the day. Like because I'm known to have insomnia. So if I jack up my sleep patterns in any such way, shape, or form, like I'm fucking screwed. And then when it's time for me to go to sleep, I can't go to sleep. Taking off your shirt and shit, getting cute for the gram. Girl, what you talking about? I was hot. I love these streams. Hey, okay. So this is what I have planned for this stream. Okay. So the reason why, well, before I get into that, let me talk about what I'm going to talk about. Y'all know I can't. I feel like I have ADHD and I can't stay focused. So I'm gonna just bear with me. Okay. So I'm so tired today because I was up late last night. You know what? Let me go ahead and switch this. I was up late last night watching this gay ass movie, and I just couldn't. I couldn't just turn it off and say, you know what? I'm gonna finish watching this tomorrow. I'm gonna finish watching this, you know, in between clients, like something. I just had to know how the story ended. The movie I was watching last night is called, I think it's a moment in the Reeds. Let me make sure that's what it is. And I was watching it on Amazon Prime for anyone who has that. Yep, A Moment in the Reeds, a 2017 film. Um, and it's a okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just tell y'all the whole movie because I'm gonna be honest. The movie had me hooked, like, but then it let go at the end, and then it just like dropped the ball completely. You know what I'm saying? So even if you want to go and watch it, like, just know at the end of the movie it's gonna be a huge fucking disappointment anyway. So I feel like even though I'm spoiling the movie, it's not really a spoiler. So the movie is about this young gay Finnish guy who lives in Finland, obviously. Well, that's where he's from, and he moves to Paris where he's studying um, literature or something like that, and he's finishing up his studies there. I think he has about one more year doing his thesis or whatever, and he ends up coming home to Finland to his father to help him renovate their summer cottage. Now, the movie suggests that the mother has since passed away from some sort of, I don't know, she's gone, she's dead. Apparently, her and the husband were on really good terms and whatever. So while he's there, now the gay Finnish guy, his name is Levy, I think that's his name. They actually don't say the characters' names too often in this movie. So the gay guy's name is Levy, and Levy's dad hires this. He's looking for cheap labor, pretty much. So he goes through this agency or something, and he ends up hiring this Syrian refugee. And what's his name? I don't even remember the guy's name. He was so cute to me. Oh, what is it's either Tarek or Tariq. It's probably Tariq. All right. So the guy is Syrian, and he's a refugee. I guess he's running from the war, whatever is going on in his country. He's left his family, um, or whatever. And so yeah, they all start working on the house or whatever. And for whatever the reason, Levy's father has to leave the cottage overnight to go handle business elsewhere or something. I don't know. It didn't make sense in the movie, but he ended up leaving. So while he left them overnight, just one night, Levy and Tariq, they, it's awkward at first. Then they start talking. They start opening up. They start drinking beers and shit. They start hanging out in front of the lake and then just chatting it up. Kind of like bro stuff. Broke back cottage. That's basically what it is. So they chatting it up. And what ended up happening? They sitting on the porch drinking some motherfucking beers, bitch. And then Tariq suggests he puts on some music because it got real quiet and awkward. So he goes and finds this old Finnish record and puts it on, and then the lady starts singing, and or the guy, whoever, they start singing, and it's like crappy as fuck, and they just kind of laugh about it, like, yeah, this shit is crappy. And then out of nowhere, they just fucking go at it like hungering wolves. And what was it that ticked them off? They looked each other in the eye, and it was like a non-verbal kind of agreement, and then they just kind of and they just started going in, and they ended up having sex that night. And that night it came off to be like kind of like a grinder hookup, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's gay, you gay, y'all both horny, y'all both live down the street. So, it just that's kind of how it came off to me at first. Um So that happens. The father comes back the next day. He doesn't catch them. However, he does notice some awkward stuff around the cottage. Like he starts asking the son, like, "Where did Tariq sleep?" You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only one bed in here, so like, what's going on? He's like, "Oh, he slept on the couch." You know, like, yeah, nothing suspicious going on here. And then the dad notices that there's a bunch of beers missing and shit. I don't know. He just starts noticing shit that most people probably wouldn't even notice. So, anyways, he doesn't mention anything more about it. Who are these people? It's from a movie. What movie are you talking about? The premise sounds similar to the film Call Me by Your Name. Oh, okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna finish this up real quick because I feel like I'm dragging this shit on. So, long story short, the dad comes back. He doesn't see anything. He doesn't know what's going on, but he has his suspicions, and I think he kind of already knew that his son was gay. But it's one of those things where they just don't talk about it because he doesn't really care for it. But I guess he felt like when his son went off to Paris, he knows that his son was out there, being gay and shit or whatever. Now Tariq, um, they end up working on the house again with the dad, but then they're like sneaking around, um, trying to sneak in the shed and get a quick kiss in because the night before was just so hot and intense, and they just can't, like be without each other or whatever. So the story of my life. Take your time. I love story time. Okay. So yeah, they like sneaking in, and the dad almost catches them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got the shovel you was looking for. Nothing fishy going on here." So for some reason, the dad ends up having to leave the cottage for a prolonged period of time yet again. But this time it's much longer than a day. Now, during this time, Tariq, who he hired to work on the cottage, and his son is supposed to be helping him, they're supposed to be working on this cottage while he's gone. But instead of working on the cottage, they get a little work done here and there, but they're spending more time together with each other. And it's not so sexual. They start opening up to each other. They start talking. Um, Levy finds out that Tariq, who came from Syria and is a refugee, he left his family there, his mom and his sisters, I believe. And he's kind of happy to be away from them because his family is so conservative, um and he basically wouldn't be able to be himself around them. But he also felt sad at the same time because it's like, damn, all that crazy shit is going on in his country and his family is there, you know what I'm saying? So he's kind of torn with that whole situation. Levy, he's struggling with being out and open with his father. His father has his suspicions, but he hasn't admitted to his father yet about him being gay. And so then they also start talking about how Levy, the Finnish guy, when he went off to Paris, it was like a freedom that he never had before because he was in this new place where nobody knew him and he could just go out there. He said he joined these dating apps and just started hooking up with guys and started dating guys, and he was just having like this wow gay sex spree or whatever. And Tariq says he can relate because he did the same thing when he relocated from Syria to Finland. Um, and I thought that was interesting. I feel like the movie was relatable in that sort of aspect of it all because I feel like there's this big kind of hookup culture in the gay community, and I've always wondered where it stemmed from. But then when I really started thinking about it, which was like literally like 30 minutes ago, I started thinking about it. I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, what's different from us than the heteros? What's the name of the movie? The movie is called A Moment in the Reeds. It's on. No, it's not on Netflix. You might be able to find it on there, but it's definitely on Amazon Prime if you have that. I thought about. I was like, why are we so sex hungry and just like into this whole hookup thing? And I thought about it and I was like, well, when it comes to gay men and gay women, I'm sure, when it comes to dating and that sort of thing, we don't really have the same kind of freedom and encouragement that society allows straight people. Like we don't get to go through high school and be like, oh, mom, hey, me and my boyfriend, I want to invite him to dinner and invite him to the cookout. And yeah, can you drop us off at the movie so we can go on a date? Like, most of us didn't really have that growing up. So I think we've always had this kind of thing where we had to kind of sneak and creep and get it in when we can, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't really have that same experience of like going to the movies with, I mean you could, but it's different, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not able to be as open with that with your family and stuff unless they're cool with that sort of shit. Um and I guess for them, because they come from such conservative backgrounds, like that kind of pushed them more towards doing that sort of thing. When you get that freedom, you kind of go, wow, yeah, you do. And it made me think about my own personal experience. And, I'm so tasteful and cultured now. But, bitch, if you had caught me back in college, woo! College. Yeah, it's kind of too much too soon. And you don't really get that kind of gradual exposure to dating and relationships like you kind of do with your heterosexual counterparts. It's common for young people to go away from home for the first time and go wild. Yeah, fast forward and he's celibate. Yeah, I feel like it's about balance, and I feel like for me, the reason I became celibate is because well, honestly, it wasn't really by choice. I just ain't find nobody that's worth the time or my body. And then I don't know. I think I just needed like a detox. It started off as like a detox. Like my last relationship I had, I was really hurt by it, and I just remember you keep finding crazy people. That too. That too. I just remember that the last breakup I had, I was really hurt by like how it all went down. So at that point, I was so over like dating and men. I didn't want anybody. Like I think that's the point in time that I started doing the whole goth thing and dressing goth or whatever. Because I thought like, okay, it's either now or never that I do this. I wanted to do this in high school, but I never got a chance to. Then I was like, well, let's go ahead and do it now, and at least that way it'll discourage people from like trying to talk to me and holler at me because I'll be weird looking. I won't be like, oh, look at this fine ass nigga walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I feel like it had the opposite effect because people started to assume that because I was, gothic and not, I was just so different or whatever, that I was this freak that was down to like do anything with anybody or whatever. I don't know. Detox from the crazies. I love being single. I just want my cat back. Okay, so back to this movie. So, yeah, I feel like I can kind of relate to them with the whole getting on the dating apps and hooking up or whatever. Um, so while them doing all that, they start connecting intimately. They start talking about their dreams, their futures, um, and they just connect on like such a deep level. And you start to get really invested in like them being together, and you're like, I want this to work out. I just imagine the father's going to come back. He's going to see them together, and then he's going to have no choice but to accept it. And we find out that Tariq, even though he's come from Syria and he's studied being an architect, he's reduced to doing these shitty ass jobs, just doing renovations or whatever, because he's struggling with living in a new country and not being able to speak the language. I forgot to mention that was a big barrier, and also something that the father had against hiring Tariq. He was like, "You don't even speak our language." And I felt like it was also an underlayer of racism there as well. But yeah, he says he's struggling with that, but he's just started to, get jobs or whatever, and things are starting to pick up for him after a long time. He says with him being a refugee, he's traveled to different countries with other refugees, and he's had to struggle. He's had to go hungry. People have tried to exploit and use him for, just him being in need of help and from people, whatever. So you kind of feel bad and sad for him about that. And the Finnish guy, he just comes off sounding really privileged and really not having to worry about anything. Going to school, being able to drive around and go wherever he pleases or whatever, but they're still able to connect on that level of, even though I am able to do all these things, I have, I'm financially comfortable and this and that, I'm still not free to be me. You know what I'm saying? So they fuck a couple of other times, but these next two times, it's more sensual. It's more of a love making sort of thing, and then you start to like sense through like the sex scenes was awesome. They didn't show any penis. They showed a bit of ass, and usually they don't show anything when it comes to men anyway. So I was used to that. But shit, I was getting hot. I was like, "Ooh, is this a porno?" Um, so yeah, you can sense them becoming more and more enamored with each other, and it gets to a point where they feel themselves getting closer. But then Tariq starts having these um, what I don't know what you would call it, hesitation or second thoughts. I don't know. He starts thinking about the situation and he starts to realize like their situation isn't going to go anywhere because after he's done working on the house or the cottage or whatever, he's going to go back to doing his shitty ass jobs trying to make it, and um Levy is going to go back to school and finish becoming a literary poet guy something. I don't know what you do with literature, but yeah, that's what he's gonna go do. And he also gets a call. Tariq gets a call from his mom in Syria, and he gets really upset after the call because we find out that the mom is like, "Oh, you don't care about us. You just left us here. You don't care what happens to us and this and that." And so he starts to feel conflicted with that because the mom tells him that they're trying to get out of Syria through, I guess, the sea or going by boat or whatever, but even that's dangerous, so they're risking their lives to do that. And so when Levy comes over to like kind of boo up with his man or whatever, Tariq is kind of like pushing him away, like, nah, I need to get this work done because your dad, like, if he come back here and he don't see this work done, like, I'm fired, like, I need this money, like, you tripping, like, back up off me. And he's like, yo, like, Tariq, like, are you annoyed with me? Like, did I do something? Like, what's wrong? He just started getting all emotional, getting his period and shit. And it's just like, well, just tell him what the fuck is wrong. Like, don't leave him guessing. So eventually he tells him the situation, and he basically tells him his feelings about how he feels like, after this whole situation with the cottage, like they're not gonna have anything. Like that's gonna be it. So you know, Levy, he's more invested. Like he really likes Tariq, and Tariq really likes him, but he's more invested in that he wants to kind of figure out a way to make this work. And Tariq is just like, nah, like I can't relocate and start over again. Like it's already taken me this long to get where I'm at now, and I'm just starting to get myself in a better place. Like I got to keep doing what I'm doing. So we get to the end of the movie, and the dad pops back in. What was the problem? How did this go down? Oh, the dad pops up That's what it was. They was doing some little scenic kind of drive, being all lovey dovey in the fields and this and that. And the Levy, he wrote some poems in Finnish, about the guy and just being in love and their experience or whatever. And it was really cute. It was really romantic or whatever. And the guy was like, "Well, can you read the poems to me? I would love to read them." And then he checks his phone. He's like, "Oh shit, my dad called me like 10 times. We better go back to the cottage and see what's up." So then they rush back to the cottage and the dad is pissed. He is mad. And the reason he is mad is because he got there, he left them for a few days, and they ain't getting nothing done. Like, they got some work done, but it was a lot of work that needed to be done that didn't get done. And I guess he put two and two together and realized that they was over here, like, eloping and doing, whatever it is they were doing. Because, like, what else could you be doing when you have all this fucking work to do and you ain't doing the shit? You know what I'm saying? So he ends up getting irate at Tariq and he fires him. And Tariq rushes in the house to get his stuff and leave because everything is happening. Everything that he was afraid of is happening at this point in time. Levy tries to calm his father down. His father's pissed off at him because he's like, he basically wanted to say you faggot ass, but he didn't say all of that. He basically just said, I know what you was doing, and I'm not feeling this, like, blah 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 blah. And so when he realizes he can't change his father's mind and gets him to calm down or get him to give him his job back, he goes in after Tariq while Tariq is packing his stuff, which is only a couple of bags. Like, he didn't even have much. And he's pleading with him. He's like, stay, I'll fix everything. I'll get him to, calm down or whatever. He's like, no, 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 I'm gone. I'm out of here. Like, I don't even want to work and be disrespected like that. Like, it's over and done with. Like, I can't work for him anymore. Like, that's it. And he's like, well, let me come with you. Like, if you're leaving, let me go with you and we can, figure it out together. And Tariq is just like, nah, I need my space. I need to be on my own. And I think Tariq was at a point where he, even though he could have just came out and become himself fully, like, he in the back of his mind knew that his family would be coming to live with him soon. And that was something he didn't want to deal with. Like, he would have rather just be in the closet than have to deal with explaining that to them and then being, just having to deal with that. And then I guess with them being from Syria, like, they're really like homophobic about that sort of thing. Um, I would have thought that they would have ended up leaving together, or maybe he would have brought Tariq with him to Paris or something. But Tariq ends up running out and leaving, and Levy is just left standing there, you know. And then the scene changes, and he's sitting at on the lakefront where they had their moments of skinny dipping and intimate conversations and stuff like that. And you realize, like, it was literally just a moment. Like, all of that was like the whirlwind of the emotions and the lust and the love and the feelings. It just kind of came and went like Tariq did. Like, he just came and went and it was gone. And he was just another check off the list, like. But I kind of appreciate it. I hated the ending. Let me say that. I hated the ending. I feel like it could have worked out if they just tried to make it work, but they just didn't try. But it's realistic in that, even though you feel like things could work out between two people, sometimes it doesn't work, or people aren't ready, or you know, it's just how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. And I can definitely relate to that. Not everything works. Exactly. And not everything is meant to work. They were such a cute couple. Like, even with them acting, I just kept looking at them. I'm like, y'all fit together, This was a good recap. Oh, yay! Thank you. I'm usually horrible at recapping shit, but I was really into this movie last night. So, oh, now that we got that out the way, how long we been streaming? 30 minutes? Damn, that was a long ass recap. Okay. So I went ahead, they supposed to fit. I went ahead and I did purchase the complete set of Dark Deception. So I went ahead and took care of that already. So we should have do more gay movie reviews. Well, I won't do a review of this movie, but if you do want to see another movie, there's one I believe called Morgan. Let me see. Let me make sure that. And that's the first movie that got me. It came out in 2011. It's about this guy in this wheelchair. Oh, there's another movie called Morgan. It looks like a horror movie or something. Yeah, anyways, it's called Morgan. This was a good review. Thank you. I can't wait to go back to the Blair Witch Project. Yeah, we gonna see how it is. But Morgan is about this athlete. What was he doing? I think he was um I think he did races on like bikes or something. Yeah, and I think that he had a terrible accident that led him to become paraplegic and unable to like move from the waist down. And so he ended up, being, well, he was gay, and he just having a hard time going through life and adjusting to, being this great athlete who was winning, these races or whatever, to what was I saying? Oh, to just not being able to, cope and deal with it. And so he ends up trying to do the races, but in the wheelchair. They have like this wheelchair version of it for people. And in doing so, he starts to come out and be more comfortable with being paraplegic because he meets this guy. Randomly meets this guy on this basketball court, and they just start connecting and talking, and next thing you know, like they doing the do. And I ain't gonna lie, that movie made me think about, there was this one cute guy in this wheelchair back at the post office a couple of years ago. Like when I tell you this nigga rolled up at the post office in this van, right? And he had his trap music bumping like, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on over there? So I'm looking in the window and I see him. He sees me, and it's like this awkward look, like, why the fuck you looking at me, bro? And then I'm looking at his steering wheel, and I'm like, that's a weird ass steering wheel he got there. Like, what type of shit is this? So I guess he's used to people staring at him. And I could tell like the way he looked at me when I was staring. It wasn't like, what you staring at? It was just like, oh great, another person staring at me. But I wasn't staring at him for that because I couldn't see that he was in a wheelchair. He opened that door. He had like this elevator lift or something, and he literally rolled out the fucking van. And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, from the neck up, like you could have sworn this nigga was hard as fuck. But then when you look down, it was like, oh, you're in a wheelchair. But you fine, you could still get it. I thought about him when I watched that movie because I was like, I never thought about, being with no guy in a wheelchair, but shit. Anyways, I'll let y'all watch that movie if you're interested. Now I'll say this: the acting is very horrible at times. Um, very horrible at times. But this is typical of gay movies and series and whatnot. Give them a lap dance. Yeah, I'm not the. And that's horrible. That's horrible, Taryn. Shame on you. He might show you some things. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, I would not be surprised. Um, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all check out that movie for yourselves. If you're also interested in a gay TV show. A lot of people know of a show called Noah's Ark. And how is it spelled? Ark. Yeah. You can find the whole series of Noah's Ark on YouTube. They posted it on YouTube now. It would be horrible if he said he couldn't feel it. Not my problem. Ugh, but yeah, Noah's Ark was like this. How would you describe it? It followed the lives of these four gay men who were friends living in California somewhere. And it came on Logo, and I remember that show was on back when I was in like high school or whatever, and I was so upset that I couldn't watch it. The acting on that is very at times, like but it was the first we ever really had of a show that was for us, about us, you know what I'm saying? So we all just kind of overlooked it, and they did end up doing this movie after the series ended abruptly after season 2. In the movie, oh, the acting was even worse. Didn't one of them have kids? Yes, they did. Cringy, but all we had, exactly. So, all right. Think, Narada, think. You're stuck. You're stuck. Get the train moving. Get the train moving. Okay, so I wanted to also do kind of this live reaction situation because we was watching this natural hair video at the salon, and like this video was so this girl, we was looking up bad salon experiences at natural hair salons. And we ended up watching this video of this girl just going in about her bad curly haircut or whatever. And it was just so many things about this video that just made me laugh. So I figured we could let me see how this works. I figured we could watch it and just, look at it together. Let me get my headphones in so y'all don't. Let me. Oh, okay. We all set up. All right. All right. Now let me see. What will happen if? Let me see. What do y'all see? Okay, y'all see that? Oh, now y'all can't see it. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But what if I do this? What here, right? Over here. This over there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to having these two screens. Yes, it works. All right. We got the same background. You got an Omen. Yes, it's an Omen computer. And I don't even have a desire to change it because it's so dope. All right. So this is the video here. Natural hair hard cut. Stylist butchered my hair. She wasn't licensed. Takia. Right? And click on that.
If you ever buy anything from Apple, you should use WikiBuy. It's a browser extension
I'll go
that
ahead and help her get
automatically
her
applies
coins.
coupon codes to your shopping cart.
All right, how I
It's
click
super
on this?
easy to use, and
Get your coins, sis. Get your coins. Oh shit! I closed out. Oh no, I didn't. There it is. All right.
Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm
Ooh,
Takia.
girl, you is loud. You is loud.
Hopping right into this video because, Lord.
And this video is 18 minutes, so.
Yeah. So on Monday, I got a haircut, and I have been talking about getting this haircut since I got my diva cut.
Why she got her hair tied up? She got her face beat, but her hair is like.
I play around with my curly hair, and I actually do wash and goes or curly state, the more I just get excited for the haircut because I know, like, I just feel it in my bones. My whole goal is to just have healthy hair. Because I had those straight ends, I wanted to get them cut off and just finally get rid of all of them. Also, shape. I really wanted a diva cut shape, like a circular kind of like just beautiful shape to my curls so that I can wear them out. So I'm not sure if you can tell from my demeanor, I am very upset, very disappointed. Yes, I got a botched haircut. I went to a natural salon. And to all of you guys who had all of those things to say under that diva cut video saying I should have went to a natural salon.
So it was rough from the start.
Put her hands in my hair, whoop-de-whoop, all of that extra stuff. This isn't why, but this is just to show you that that doesn't mean anything. Yes, I did my...
Her hair always seems damaged. I don't know if that's her natural texture because she's been struggling with her hair for years. I just watched Henny's video on licensed stylist. All right.
Research. My younger sister went to the salon that I went to, and although she has very, very short hair...
Why is the sound only coming out of one ear?
Her hair was a lot longer, and they cut it down for her, and it was the owner of the shop that did her hair. So, fast forwarding to my appointment, my appointment was also with the owner of the shop, so I felt very...
there we go.
Fast forwarding to Monday.
Oh, hold up. What's wrong with my headset? Why am I only getting sound out of one ear? Hold up. Now, she does have some footage in this video.
2 days ago, when I
got
my haircut, I check in with the lady at the front, and she's like, what time is your appointment? What's your name? I tell her. She's like, okay, I found it. This is your stylist. And she said this other name. I was just caught off guard, and the stylist was literally right next to me sweeping up hair, literally right by the door. And she's like, this is your stylist. And I'm like, oh, hi. Now looking back on it, I should have said, oh, my appointment was actually with Ayana. And I was just like, okay, it's going to be fine. Like, we're at a natural salon, natural texture. They deal.
Why do people feel like because they get an appointment with Don't Break It, right? Why do people feel like if they get an appointment with... Oh, I knew something was off. Anyways, I'm sorry. Why do people feel like if they get an appointment with the owner of a salon versus like the actual stylists or employees that work there, like they're automatically gonna get like a better service? Because I mean, you being the owner is no indication of how well you actually do hair. I just want people to know that, like, it's great that you want to like be with the owner because you feel like, oh, she up there and her lackeys are down here, but it don't really work like that. Okay, I just wanted to say.
With it, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be Gucci. Oh, and by the way, I'm filming on my new camera. I don't know if you guys can tell. So the first picture I showed her is this one. So you see the shape. It's rounded, you know, on the sides. The top part is a little bit shorter because it's like layered and rounded. So
hold up, back it up, sis. All right, this is where we have issues of reality versus expectations. Look at this young woman's hair. First off, notice the healthy elastic curls. Okay? Notice the length she naturally has for this cut. Keep in mind that her hair is shrunken up in a wash and go, which means her hair is probably a shit ton longer than this, but it's drawn up and cut in a way so that it falls like this. Let's go back to when she's showing us her hair. How in the hell are you going to get that from this? Like, your hair is already dropping where Sis's hair is dropping in a wash and go state. Like, never mind the curl pattern difference, because you can still get a general shape with the curl pattern that you got. It ain't gonna look exactly the same, you know what I'm saying? But then she's also saying, I want to get my damaged ends cut off. So we're looking at the damage. Like we're looking like all of this already gotta go. And that's at least a good 5 inches. So you already setting yourself up to get a cut where you already like you don't even have enough hair to get the look that you're trying to go for, and then you're trying to remove the damage. Like you're not going to be able to do both and then have it achieve the same way. It's just not gonna happen. All right, let's go back to the picture. We see her hair. Hold on, let me see her move it.
The more I just get excited for the haircut.
Look how naturally limp her hair is. Like, it don't matter what kind of diva cut you get, sis. It's not gonna do that. It's not gonna do that. All right, so let's take it back.
You know, on the sides, the top part is a little bit shorter because it's like layered and rounded. So we're talking, and then I showed her this picture.
Same thing. Okay, maybe she's not going for. She's going for the same look here, but we can see this is the same look on a different curl pattern. So ultimately, she wants this full rounded shape. Only problem is her hair ain't actually full or rounded, and she don't really have much hair to work with to achieve that look. So, all right, we just gonna keep going.
She shampoos it, puts a regular towel on my hair. Let's roll the clip.
A regular towel? What's she supposed to put? What do you put on your hair after you wash it? Okay. I know some people like using the microfiber towels. I know some people like using the t-shirts. I've heard people say, oh, towels is rough, the cotton silk sheets. I heard people say towels, the cotton in towels is so rough and absorbent, it's gonna dry out the moisture in your hair and it's gonna cause breakage and split ends. But isn't cotton t-shirts made of the same material? So I'm not really understanding. My hair is this shape with the trim. And you know why it's that shape? Because all it is just layers. And I don't know why people don't think that you can't get the same look without like doing a diva cut to do it. Like all it literally is cutting in layers so that your hair falls in steps and sits on top of itself. I use an old pillowcase. Hey, to each their own.
All right, so I'm just showing you guys what my hair looks like after the wash. So then she comes over and she starts to put my hair into like bantu knots. Like she's sectioning it off and using banana clips and putting it into bantu knots.
Look at her face.
Areas. She has this wide tooth comb and most of my hair is still out. And she's kind of just like parting through it. It doesn't look like she's ever dealt with natural hair, but she.
Hold up, what? Hold up, what? What's your problem? How dare she grab a wide tooth comb? How dare she comb through this damaged ass hair you brought into her? How dare she? She ain't never worked with natural hair before. Sis, you ain't worked with natural hair. Look at your hair. How did you get to this point? And you got the nerve to clown this woman? For what? Because she put a bantu knot on the side of your head for sectioning and she combing through your hair with a wide tooth comb? Are they serious? What I learned is that if you decide to use a towel, you pat out the excess water, not roughing out the hair. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing crazy shit with the towel anyway. Where's her curls? Non-existent. Who is this? Oh, that's my buddy. All right, so let's back it up a little bit.
So then she comes over and she starts to
hey,
put
Kima.
my hair into like bantu knots. Like she's sectioning it off and using banana clips and putting it into bantu knots in different areas. She has this wide tooth comb and most of my hair is still out. And she's kind of just like parting through it. it doesn't look like she's ever dealt with natural hair. But she's just going through all of my hair with a comb, not really parting, and just kind of just moving it around. And I'm just so confused. Well, now that I'm watching it. This is the part where I was confused.
What is she confused about? What is she confused about? See, this is what happens when people want to go to salons and be their own fucking expert on how to do hair. If you knew what the fuck you was doing, you would be doing it. You wouldn't be sitting in my chair. Now look, it's all right to have questions and find out why I'm going about doing things the way that I'm doing it. But if you really knew what you was doing, sis, your hair wouldn't look this fucking jacked up in the first place. It just wouldn't. I I really just feel like she wanted to have a bad experience. Like she's looking for any and everything. Like she used a regular towel. She put my hair in this bantu knot. She's running a wide tooth comb through my hair, not ripping my hair, but combing it through my hair. What, girl?
I actually stopped her and asked her about it.
Okay.
So she was putting water on my hair to see my curl pattern, and then taking a fine tooth comb, you guys, and combing it out. And as you can see the part that's not cut. It's longer and just string.
Look at the damage. Look at the damage. She's trying to get a rounded shape with this.
And all of the hair that is cut is the same length. The same length. So I think
Oh my god. There's so many things wrong with this. Okay, so she's complaining that she's drawing the hair down and she's basically cutting the baseline. So what that means is, even when you have a diva cut, you have to, all haircuts have a foundation. You have to have a baseline. So even with the rounded shape, there's a baseline. The hair's got to start from somewhere. It's got to stop at some point, and then you shape and cut the layers in to give it the rounded shape. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, but she's getting on here berating this stylist like she's doing something wrong, and she's not. The only thing she's probably doing wrong, I think maybe she went in there expecting she was gonna get like this curly cut, except sis, your hair is not curly. It's not. It's not. You want the stylist to go and make your shit curly, and it's not. You came in there with jacked up motherfucking hair, and she worked with the fuck you came in with. Alright.
Stopped her a little bit before this. And I just explained to her, I'm like, or I was talking to her, I'm like, I don't understand.
Don't overpay for Apple.
Alright.
Can save you money. Get coupon codes
Alright. Get one click from me.
automatically applied to your shopping cart.
Yep.
And while you're wetting it to see the curl pattern, and then combing the texture out and cutting it. That doesn't make any sense to me. Logically, this, like, I don't understand how when my hair shrinks back up, it's all gonna be in the shape that I want it to be and that I asked you for. And she started to explain it and say, well, basically I'm cutting your hair like I would cut someone who has straight hair. And I'm like, why would you do that when I'm in here for a natural cut? I don't have straight hair. She's like, well, the left side of your head doesn't curl up.
I don't have straight hair. You have plenty of heat damage from what we see. Is that not straight hair? I get what she's saying. I get where she's coming from. I think she just went in there expecting a different process, but because of her situation, like if you're going in for a curly diva cut or whatever, like you're gonna at least need to have a foundation of some fucking curls. So before we even go into curly cuts, let's get rid of the fucking damage first and then see what we can do with it.
Like the right side, so I'm just combing it all out and just cutting off the damaged ends. And I'm like,
and remember when she was complaining about this stylist combing through her hair with a fine tooth comb? Look at her. Look at this technique, y'all. Look at this. Look at her comb through this hair.
Would you do that when I'm in here?
Look at this comb just glide through this damaged ass hair. Oh, she's just ripping the fuck out her hair. How dare she? How dare she?
Cutting off the damaged ends. And I'm like, okay, like I do want the damaged ends cut, but I do want the shape. And she's like, oh yeah, no, don't.
Which one do you want? Do you want the damaged ends cut off or do you want the shape? Because you're trying to get both. She's trying to give you both, but you're fighting her every step of the way. You're being combative, like you're a big know-it-all, and you don't know shit. You don't even know what the fuck she's doing. As a stylist, would you have been honest with her? Yeah, I would have talked her through the whole process before I even picked up the scissors and made a cut. Like, before I start cutting anybody's hair, I make sure that we all are on the same page with how much we're taking off, what you're trying to achieve, what needs to go, and all of that. Like, you don't have the consultation while you're cutting someone's hair. Because even though you might tell somebody, oh, they might say, oh, I just want an inch cut off. I realize a lot of people don't know what a fucking inch looks like. A lot of people don't. From this point of your finger to the end, that's an inch. What shape? Her hair is limp.
Where we're gonna get the shape after. Right now, I'm just getting the base. Like I'm getting the back. I'm getting the base. This is all red flags. But in my head,
it's not red flags, sis. She's setting you up for the cut. She's setting you up for the cut. The red flag was the fucking damage you walked in the salon with.
I'm like, first of all, don't cause a scene. Half of my head is pretty much cut. What the hell can I do now? You know what I mean?
Half of my hair is pretty much cut. Let's go back. Let's see, we're at 5 minutes even. Let's go back. How much of her hair was jacked up to begin with? How much?
My hair in its curly state. The more I just get excited for the.
Look at that. Look at, like, is she serious? Is she? All right. Come on.
You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, I was so disappointed in myself. So she's spraying it right now with a spray bottle. And then she's combing through the section. Another thing I didn't realize is
the owner actually called me yesterday saying she saw me and instantly knew she should have been cutting my hair, not this stylist. Wow.
She wasn't actually combing from the root. She never went up to the full root to comb it down. So now, you guys, I'm left with all of these uneven, just my hair's uneven. She thinned out my hair. The owner of the shop is right in front of me in the chair. We actually were talking, and she's watching this whole thing go down. Look at her. She's just combing through and cutting my hair. And then she...
Okay, I will say that definitely is a bad way of cutting. Like, she... she just, I don't know who she learned cutting hair from, but you can't. And see, if you was gonna get the curly cut anyway, like you was gonna have unevenness anyway to begin with. But she ain't set you up right, sis. I'm with you on this one. All right. If she was gonna cut with this comb, sis, you should have been like cutting. You should have been combing that hair. You should have been stretching that shit out from the root all the way to the tip, bitch. Okay. All right, this is what we... You don't do this. You don't grab a bunch of hair and just start cutting. Because you're going to have a bunch of unevenness. I get it.
She picks up more hair and combs through and cuts it. Look at my hair. She just is thinning it out. She's thinning it out by cutting through it. Just all...
She's thinning it out. She's thinning it out. But look, I mean, with her giving her a bad cut, look, is this not the shape she was going for? Is this not the shape? She's thinning it out, but she's cutting the layers that she wanted to get more volume. All right.
All different types of ways. So, yeah, I don't know if you can tell by my facial expressions, but I was just really disappointed. Now she is styling my hair because we went in the mirror and she's like, do you like the shape? And I'm like, I can't tell.
Okay, she don't know what the fuck she doing. She's just raking through her hair. She just raking through her hair. But look, it's the shape. She's giving her the shape. And she's still complaining.
I can't tell. Like, there's no curl definition. I don't know what's happening right now. And she's like, okay, well, let's define it and then we'll tweak it and see if there's anything we need to do. So then she gets it wet and she starts putting in.
Can I just say, even with her hair not being defined, it looks so much better. Like, she keeps saying her hair looks thin. It actually looks fuller because you don't have all those fucking dead ends just hanging the fuck on. Like,
And see if there's anything we need to do. So then she gets it wet.
However, I can't tell this is a bad cut. Like, the shape isn't. Like, even if it is in its curly state, I should still be able to see the shape. But this, you lucky to get that damage off because your hair is looking way better than it was when you started.
She starts putting in the kinky curly custard all in my hair. She's literally taking just goops of it and just.
Look at it. Look. I see it coming together. I mean, yes, was it the best haircut? No. But was it the natural hair hard cut? No, it wasn't. She gave you exactly what you asked for. You can even see it in the mirror. She gave you what you wanted.
Trying to define my curls all through my hair. If you can see my face right here, I'm super irritated. My hair is not fully detangled right now, so all I can see is what's there. It's not fully detangled.
You know what it was? She didn't know how to define that shit. Define what? Like, look at her natural texture. Like, I wouldn't have used curling custard or whatever because her curls, if that's her natural texture, her curls are too loose for that. And the custard is going to weigh down her curls. Damian Walter, what you say about Damian Walter? Look. And look, I purposely didn't label this video natural hair or anything because I don't want natural hair people jumping on this shit and getting up in their feelings and shit. Like, I ain't got time for that. But, damn, I can't. Is it because Damian Walter cuts afros like that? He does. Damian Walter doesn't know how to cut natural hair. I said it. I watched him cut hair like that in his videos. Damian Walter, let me show you what he do. Damian Walter does something called squeeze cutting. It's a term we used in beauty school where you literally take a section of hair and squeeze it together, pull it out, and you cut. You're not going to get an accurate cut like that. Because when you pull hair up like that, you have to consider the distance that the hair is traveling on your head. So if I draw this hair up like this, hold up, drop it down. If I draw this hair up like this, let me make myself. Let me give y'all a quick little. All right, I'm grabbing this huge section of hair and I'm drawing it up, right? And I'm clipping it even like this straight across. In theory, this should all be relatively the same length, right? No, it's not. Because the hair coming from up here at the top is going to reach this point earlier than the hair on the side. This has to travel farther. So this hair over here is going to be longer than the hair I'm cutting right here. And that's generally the concept when you're thinking about squeeze cutting. It's not so much for accuracy, but it's going to cut off a majority of the length that you're trying to get rid of. That's why you can't just do a bob cutting the hair. Like, no one cuts a bob. They don't just take all the hair down and cut clean across. They can do that, but you're not going to get a clean cut. You literally have to take sections. You have to take thin, small sections, draw them down, and get it to the same point and cut it. Because if you don't, all the hair you're trying to squeeze into that one single point is going to be uneven. That's just the nature of hair. But yeah, Damian Walter don't know how to cut hair. Yes, Juju B, her haircut story made me cringe. Ooh, the dark-skinned man with glasses. I've never seen him cut hair, only redo locks, man. He dabbles in it every now and again. He does a silk press every now and again. His silk presses do look nice, but again, he's not. That's why I say, like, certain shots fired. It's not shots fired. It's just what it is. Like it's really just what it is. And that's part of the reason why I don't get on and talk about hair. Because if I really got on and talk about hair, like I would be starting some shit. Like I really would. Like bitches wouldn't like me. They already don't like me. But you know what I'm saying? I stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? Hair color ain't my thing. However, I do know good hair color versus bad hair color. But if I can't do the shit better than you, then who am I to be critiquing you and calling you out for your bad hair color? You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel. All right, let's get back in. As for Takia B, her hair is somewhat damaged because I think she dyed it some months before, and that's why she needed a cut. All right, here we go.
The last shot. So this is after.
I like this. It's a little shorter than she probably would have wanted, but I like it.
I had went through and sprayed some more water in there, and I'm just kind of looking at the curls and seeing what is what. And as you can see,
hold up, hold up, hold up. Look at the stylist's face. Look at her face as she looking at her.
I can see is what's there. It's not fully detangled, but this is the last.
Look behind here. Look at her.
Shot. So this is after.
She like, this bitch better not say shit. Oh, y'all can't see. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, we back. We back in here. Hold up. Hold up. There we go. I'm so sorry. I got too excited. Okay. All right.
Custard all in my hair. She's literally taking just goops of it and just trying to define my curls all through my hair. If you can see my face right here, I'm super irritated. My hair is not fully detangled right now, so all I can see is what's there. It's not fully detangled, but this is the last shot.
All right, look at her. Look at her in the back. Look at her face. Look at her face. This is hilarious. This bitch like, she better not say nothing else. She done questioned me every step of the way doing this motherfucking hair. She better not say nothing. Enlarging it. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, I gotta. Damn. All right. Why am I glitching like that? Oh, what'd I do? I'm glitching. Why am I glitching? Actually, the whole screen is glitching. Hold on, let me close out some of these windows. Yeah, I got too much shit up. All right. No, I'm still doing it. Okay, let me see. Maybe I got too much. Let me take this off. Uh-oh. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this shit together. Hold up. I think I got too much shit going on. All right. Back. OMG, like, what are you doing, screen? What are you doing? All right, it's looking like I'm not gonna be able to do it. For some reason. Do y'all see the screen glitching like this, or is it just me? Hold up. I'm not really sure why it's doing.
So this is after.
Oh, hold up. Not ready. We not ready. We don't see anything. Oh, okay, okay. It's just you. All right, there we go. All right, so I got it on this. Sure. All right. All right. All right. I can't enlarge it right now. I don't know what's going on. I think I have too much going on my computer, so we just gonna back it up.
It's not fully detangled, but this is the last shot. So this is after I had went through and sprayed some more water in there, and I'm just kind of looking at the curls and seeing what is what. And as you can see, tons of length has been cut off. That's the cut. That's the cut.
I'm like, what glitch? Okay, she's mad at the cut. She wanted the damage to be gone. She wanted the damage to be gone. I don't see the damage. She wanted the shape. I see the shape. What's the problem? What's the problem? She wanted the body and the length and the fullness that the other girls had, but when she came in, she started off where they was drawn up. So you mad at sis for what? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I've seen some bad, services or whatever, but and she probably could have did this cut a little bit better, her way of going about it. But honestly, like, sis, there's no reason for you to be that fucking pissed.
Tons of length has been cut off. That's the cut. That's the cut. I just kind of wanted to just touch on a couple of things. She absolutely, now that I'm looking at it, was 100% uncomfortable with cutting my hair the way that she was cutting it. I was confused about the water and the fine-tooth comb. I don't know if she's still in cosmetology school. I don't know if she has a...
How are you gonna cut hair with a wide tooth comb? Did she turn off the comments? No, we're gonna read the comments. The comments is people kissing her ass and telling her she need to sue and shit. Like, where have you gone where they cut hair with a wide tooth comb? Like, everybody cuts hair with a fine tooth comb. And I guess she feel like, oh, I'm so natural. My hair is so kinky curly. I'm 4C. Like, you can't get no fine tooth comb through this hair. Now, albeit, actually no. When she was combing through the hair, I did notice that she had some hair in the comb. Let me see.
And I'm like, why would you do that when I'm in here for a natural cut? I don't have straight hair. She's like, well, the left side of your head doesn't curl up like the right side, so I'm just combing it all out.
Hold
and
on.
Just cutting off the damaged ends. And I'm like, okay, like I do want the damaged ends cut, but
First off, when you're getting a haircut like that, you don't need to have your body shifted. Like, her head is all turned to the side. How you gonna get an even cut and you shifting your head left and right? You can't do that. Even the slightest shift in your body alignment, as simple as crossing your legs, is going to adjust your body to one side. When that happens, your hair is going to be longer on one side than it is the other because you're leaning. Everything has to be level. So if she mad that she got an uneven cut, she part of the problem because she too busy trying to look in the camera and see what she doing and get the video so she can tell everyone how bad of a hairstylist she is. But the stylist should have told her, you're going to have to hold your hair straight. I don't cut anybody's hair if I see their legs are crossed, because you will get through the whole cut and you'll be like, how the fuck did this come out uneven? And then you'll see like, oh, your legs was crossed the whole time. It happens. All right. Let's get back to why she pissed off.
I didn't really want to be rude, but now was 100% uncomfortable with cutting my hair the way that she was cutting it. I was confused about the water and the fine-tooth comb. I don't know if she's still in cosmetology school. I don't know if she has a license. And I was kind of beating myself up over it because I feel like I should have asked these questions. But I didn't really want to be rude. But now I'm realizing it's not rude to say.
Having a license doesn't make you any more or less qualified than someone who doesn't have a license. Having a license only designates one thing, that you are trained in infection and safety control procedures when it comes to hair. That's it. That's it. It doesn't mean you know how to do a good haircut. It doesn't mean you know how to wash hair. There's people who have licenses that can't wash hair, that can't color, that can't cut, that can't do a lick of braids. Having a license don't mean none of that shit. It just means that you were trained to know how to sanitize, how to properly sanitize your hands, your tools, how to go about doing a service and not causing infection between clients and with using implements. That's all. That's all it is. Right. I just wanted you to know you're underrated, much appreciated gem on YouTube. You're giving me insight and a wealth of information and helped me with my hair since I was just a teenager. Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay, no, Ayana was supposed to cut my hair. Who are you? What are your qualifications? How long have you been doing hair? I need to see your work. Like, everything happened so fast, and I was
legitimate questions.
Like last night, I actually broke down over this, you guys. I really just don't want to show my hair, but I'm going to because we in this thing, you know? I just am so disappointed. I don't even know if they're really, like, these natural hair salons just put the title natural on it because they're black owned and they know how to do locks. You guys are blow drying, blow frying these little girls' hair in here, detangling it terribly and not sectioning it off. And then she had the nerve to tell me, I don't know.
Did she just record somebody, child, and post it on YouTube?
And not sectioning it off. And then she I don't even know if they're really, like, these natural hair salons just put the title natural on it because they're black owned and they know how to do locks. You guys are blow drying, blow frying these little girls' hair in here.
Okay, she ain't get her face. Why you had to do all of that? Why you had to do all of that? You really trying to out them to be this terrible salon?
I know of the kinkiest curly girls who use shea butter. She had the nerve to tell me that shea butter straightens and relaxes your hair the more you use it. It will change your curl pattern and make it straighter. And I have not fact checked this, but if you guys, I have never known that to be true. The lack of, they just didn't care about getting knowledge about natural hair. And that's the thing, it's like your salon name is I Am Natural. You guys don't.
You're welcome. Thanks for all you've done and continue to do. Thank you so much.
At all. I reached out to her on Instagram yesterday and I just told her I'm devastated. I sent her pictures of my ends and I'm like, this is terrible. I had a feeling that once I combed it out and detangled it and then put like products in it, it was gonna look crazy. And that's exactly what happened. And when it dried up, you guys, oh my gosh, it looked insane. Actually, let me just show you a picture of what it looked like because now it looks a lot different. I went ahead and put some oils and stuff.
Okay, if they really told her about that shea butter, they need to be named and shamed.
Yesterday, this is what my hair looked like yesterday.
Oh, okay, she combed out her hair. Ooh. Fly away. She got wings.
It dried up, and because she had cut the back so short and at the same length as the hair, like towards the top of my head, all of my hair just shriveled up, and just now I look like Hey Arnold. I look like Hey Arnold. You know when he lost his hat? So trifling. I'm gonna show you guys my hair. I'm just gonna do this. I know.
Oh, that smells really good. I would use it, but like if a guy smelled like that too, I'd be like, ugh.
If my man was wearing this, I would be all over him.
It's natural. It's kind of like being in a forest.
I would use this.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to help her get her coin.
Myself.
I know I've had my wrap on this whole time. Oh, actually, wait. Before I show you guys my hair, on my lips, I have the Glossier disappointed and like devastated, you guys, when I saw my hair. And you saw the picture of how I looked like Hey Arnold. My hair looked like that and I was just like, whoa, like my hair's gone. I was pulling it and I was sitting in the mirror just crying. And I never expected I would have that kind of reaction to my hair. But I think I was more upset about there was no empathy from the stylist. She just responded to me and was like, well, what products are you using to define your curls? And I'm like, girl, I just showed you my hair. My shit is fucked up. And you're asking me what products I'm using? You messed my hair up. It's stretched right now. So it might look a lot better. Well, it did look a lot better after I put the olive oil in it, but I'm just gonna show you guys. This is not all the same length either, because
So
once I saw the clips, she was just taking the fine tooth comb and kind of just, all of my hair was down first of all, while she was cutting it. And she's just going through my hair, combing, cutting, going through, and she's including pieces that she just cut into this one and cutting and just cutting.
Okay, that's how you do a cut. You don't just cut random sections. You're going to have to take pieces that you previously cut to use as a guide to make sure your cut is even. So she had the basics, the foundation down. The application, however,
all the way around my hair until she thought.
I feel like this is what people think of when they imagine people cutting natural hair in its natural state. Like, you can cut hair in its natural state. Her hair should have been a fucking breeze to cut through. Like, I would have been in and out that bitch like, okay, what else? You getting a style? Like, are we done here? Like, what you want, some kinky twists? You know, like, but no, like, people are, I feel like she was a bit scared of handling her texture, because when you have hair like that, it does appear thicker than what it is when the curls are all separated. But I can look at her hair and see that she don't have thick hair. So
there was a shape in its stretched out state that was
look
gonna
at
look something similar to
look at her.
I did actually start to get knots on the ends of my hair. I've heard some of you guys talk about that and ask me, and I'm like, I have never experienced that. Now I experienced it. I got such a botched cut that my ends just are like winding up all over the place. So I think I'm definitely gonna have to keep it stretched for the most part. But I put olive oil all in my hair. But I mean, first of all, can you guys see that my hair is not in that shape that I asked for? This is like Hey Arnold. It's more just, what the?
No, it is in the shape you asked for. You literally just combed everything out, so now you spread out all the curls. But that is the shape you asked for. That's what you asked for. You just need to style it. That's how the shit looks when you don't style it. Oh my god.
Then she's like, oh no, I'll forward all of these pictures.
Alright. Yeah, I remember that one time on YouTube where I had this cracked ass mirror that I just refused to replace, and everybody and their mama was getting on me with this cracked mirror. That's how I feel about her and this damn broken ass paddle brush. Sis, if you need a paddle brush, I will buy you one. I will buy you one.
All of these pictures and everything to the owner. You're not even gonna apologize. You're not even gonna admit that you didn't know what the hell you were doing. And my hair's not, there's no hair in the back. Like, I have it all over this way. So it's thinned out. It looks crazy.
That's why it looks crazy, because she flattened it and fanned it out to make it look crazy. The cut's not that bad. It's not the best cut, but it's not that bad. She literally tried to flatten it out and say, look, my hair looks crazy. You see it? Look at it. It looks so crazy. Bitch, stop. Bitches be reaching for these motherfucking videos. Oh my god.
What is this? What?
It's a shape.
Is this what I asked for?
It is.
Is this what I asked for?
It is.
Absolutely not. Look at my hair.
It is.
My ends are botched. It just is so bad. That's my.
Hold up. My ends are botched? Where? Where, sis? Okay, it might be a little uneven here and there. Where are you getting botched? I'm getting thick. I'm getting full ends. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know what you're seeing. You're literally reaching for this horror story.
My ends are botched. It just is so bad.
It's so bad. It's just so bad.
You know me, I'm a bounce back queen. This is not gonna keep.
Look at how fucked up my hair is. Look at these thick ass ends.
Have to grow it out. Okay, you can kind of see now.
Yeah, I can definitely see this. This side looks shorter than this side.
Now that I'm doing this, you see how it's thinned out? like all this hair is just thinned out now.
Bitch, no, it's not thinned out. Your hair is fucking layered the way you wanted it to get the motherfucking shape. Stop talking this shit like y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. This is the shit I be talking about. People want to go to fucking salons and leave 1-star reviews on some dumb shit thinking that they know what the fuck they talking about, and they have no fucking idea. You go in there expecting one thing, you get exactly what the fuck you asked for. Like, this one chick gonna ask, she gonna bring her daughters in. This was years ago, okay? She gonna bring her daughters in and say she want her daughters to have a roller wrap, okay? A roller wrap. Anybody who does hair knows a roller wrap is when you take the hair, you roll it up on rods, like you could do a light blowout or whatever to kind of smooth or whatever, but you try to smooth the hair out on rollers, roll it up as tightly and as smoothly as you can, set that shit under the dryer, let that shit dry, remove it, then you comb the hair or brush the hair around into a wrap, put the saran wrap on it, and then let the saran wrap kind of smooth and soak it out, and then release it to get straight hair. It's supposed to be a way of straightening your hair without using as much heat. Honestly, the shit never works out because the rollers won't get as close and tight as they need to be at the base. So you're always going to have that puffy base to your roots, unless you just have that sort of texture. And especially if your hair is really thick, you're not gonna get those roots smooth and straightened. You're just not. So she gonna come back and she gonna try to be pissed off at us and say, "Oh, I gotta pay the full price. Like, why does her roots look like this? Because you asked for a roller wrap. That's what you asked for. This isn't a roller wrap. It is." Even the daughter was like, "Yes, Mom, this is what they did at the other salon. This is what you asked for. It is." And I was like, "No, you don't know what you're talking about. Girl, stop. Stop." All right, let me keep going.
Because
She's still going.
Just, experimenting on me, clearly. Just experimenting. I would love to know what you guys think. What do you think I should do? Should I maybe go try to get it evened out? Should I stay away from getting cuts? And now that, the damage...
It's kind of cute like this. If she gets it evened out, this cut would be really cute.
Well, the damage is gone, but now I feel like I have more damage on my ends because she just was chop, 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 chop.
There's not more damage on your ends. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. This 4-section braid out actually hides the damage. Bitch, there is no motherfucking damage. There's no damage. She cut all this shit off. She cut it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I
think I'm gonna have
can't.
to keep my hair stretched.
Wait a minute.
Do my braid outs like
This place looks familiar. Is she in Atlanta?
I usually was doing. I think I'm gonna have to keep my hair stretched like this though, because in its
Look at this. Look at this. It's exactly what she wanted. Okay, just clip off that little bit right there. And she got that rounded shape she was going.
And again, that was the whole point of this. The whole point. It could be a lot worse, but I'm gonna have to pull up to the salon and just see.
Invite her to come to your salon. Oh no, Naomi, no. I'm not bringing this foolishness up in my salon. No, she good. Let's just stay where she at.
Because I need all my money back. I need that healthy ass tip that I tipped. I need it back. I need everything. As far as natural hair salons go, if you guys
healthy ass tip meaning $5. Stop.
Stop. Have experience with any of them, I've been to a couple. Why are they just not ran well? Look at this. She fucked my shit up. On the call with apparently the manager of the shop. She is the one.
She is delusional.
Owner of the shop.
She is delusional.
Can't remember that she talked to me and scheduled the appointment. We've talked like at least 4 times before my haircut, and now she's saying that she doesn't remember, she doesn't recall making the appointment with the owner of the shop, and that in the notes someone else is the person who was the receptionist. Pretty much, just to sum it up, she blamed me for not speaking up when I I was told that my appointment was with a different stylist.
Ooh.
Now, I kicked myself.
Now, I was gonna say, you walked out the salon like you was fine with the haircut. If you had that many issues with the haircut, you should have told her right then and there. But the fact that she gonna try to blame her, saying, "Oh, well, you should have told us your appointment was with somebody else." But, excuse me? And do I go in your system and tell you how to run your business? No, I like y'all. This was your job. Like, really? Oh wow.
And I thought that dang, I should have done that. But for customer service, for the manager of this natural salon to tell me that their mess up is my fault is absolutely unacceptable.
I agree.
I told her that I broke
I
down
agree.
about my hair, that my hair was uneven.
They want you away from them, girl.
To say, I don't know when that picture that you took, the picture I showed you guys, she had the nerve.
Look at these damaged ends. Hold up.
The picture I showed you guys.
Look at these damaged ends. Look how full and thick this is all the way down to the ends. Where you can gather that much hair, braid it up, and get to the ends, and it still look full at the ends. Sis, your ends ain't damaged. Your ends is healthier than it's looked in a very long time. You need to be thanking this woman, okay? Like, all jokes aside, yes, they got bad customer service. Yes, sis needs to take another haircutting class. But you need to be thanking her for this haircut, because your hair ain't never looked this good.
Nerve to say,
and I just met you.
From last year, for all she knows. I said, no, I can take a picture, a screenshot in my camera roll so you can see the time and the day. And I sent her some of the footage that I took, and she said, oh, from that video, it looked like she was just trimming your hair. That's how we trim everyone's hair. So you're just gonna sit up here and lie? So you're telling me anytime someone comes in for a trim, you wet their hair with a water bottle, comb it out with a fine-tooth comb, and then cut it?
That's what I do. Works for me.
You guys, it got so frustrating that we started to argue a little bit. I don't know if the stylist who was doing my hair was qualified. I said, what are her qualifications? She refused to tell me, and on the stylist Instagram, it looks like she just got out of school. If you would have just acknowledged my feelings and acknowledged what the hell happened. I'm literally telling this lady that my hair's uneven. I have a YouTube channel. The main thing I do on here is hair, and now I don't know what styles I'm gonna be able to do, and it's botched, it's uneven. And she was like, well, you said when you came in here, your hair was damaged already. So she's like, so what's the goal? I said, I want my money back. Initially, you guys could have just fixed the cut, but now I just want my money back. So she's like, well, can we come to some sort of medium? Can we meet on middle ground? I'm like, really? So after you just blamed me, after all of these things you're just saying, you want me to come back to the salon now and get my hair cut by the person, the owner who was originally supposed to do my hair? You got me so fucked up. Oh my God. I just had to get this stream of consciousness out because I was just feeling really bad about the situation.
Oh, it's almost over. It's almost over, y'all.
My money back. And she says, that's not up to me. I have to maybe have them reach out. Maybe. This is not stopping me from supporting Black businesses, but I just want them to know that this is why. And I said that to her on the phone. I said, this is why people don't trust Black businesses. This is why people don't return. You guys need to make customer service a top priority. Okay,
I can't do this no more. All right, let's read the comment section because she is really reaching. We are 1 hour and 30 minutes into this video. Look at this: 6,000 likes, 223 dislikes. The problem is everybody on here thinks they're a hair expert. So if she had got on here with this same haircut, if she had got on here and said, "Look at this amazing cut. I love this shape," everyone would have been like, oh my God, I love it. Where did you go? Can you get the stylist information so I can go too? But because she came on here and tried to make it seem like, oh, natural hair horror cut. She butchered my hair. She wasn't licensed. Now you just kind of created this scenario where it just kind of seems like the whole situation is just bad. And you're just listing all these bad things. And now everyone's just going along with you. Let's read the comments. Y'all, don't worry. Here's my new curly cut. Okay, don't care. Very true. Black owned absolutely does not equal for natural hair. Why would you assume that? Report the owner to the Board of Cosmetology. She cannot be hiring people to work in her shop if they don't have a license. Sis, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You don't need to have a license to do natural hair. Do you go to the fucking Africans and ask for their license? Do you do that? No, you don't. And you don't see the shit post on the wall. You know why? Because they're not licensed. And they're perfectly able to legally operate their business without a license because you don't need a license to do natural hair in most states. Let me say that because every state has their own situation. So reporting them to the State Board of Cosmetology ain't gonna do shit. Let them handle it. All they gonna do is give them a fine if they find out they did something wrong. And the owner was sitting across from you as you were getting your hair done, let them know that she was a witness to what happened. So is your camera. You can also take her to small claims court for damages. Y'all, I can't make this shit up, but apparently they do. They just be making this shit up. Who the fuck says? What did the replies say? 100% agree. Nah, well, really, she can't. They work under her license while in school, so that won't work. That's not necessarily how that works. Her license is supposed to be visibly posted, also. Blah, blah, blah. She can report the company to the Better Business Bureau, though. The owner should not have allowed this. This was wrong. Sue. Sis, what you gonna sue for? You gonna sue for the $35 it took to get this haircut? Girl, you have evidence. You better sue. You better sue. Evidence in bold. They used you as a tester because she's new there. That's why the boss was watching her do it. And that's very unprofessional. They do that to people. I mean, if she's supervising, obviously she cool with the shit. And yeah, some people do that. And as long as you have somebody watching over them and making sure everything is going okay, then you're going along with it, then by association, you're saying this is okay. I don't know what's so hard about saying I'm not familiar with natural hair or I'm not familiar with that haircut. I've been exactly where you are, and it's so unprofessional to blame the customer. Yep, she's so unfamiliar with that haircut, but she gave her exactly what she wanted. My nerves were so bad watching this, blood just boiling. Lord, because we have to fight, it's just hair. I've been waiting years to grow mine out. I appreciate you for posting this. Girl, I would have been crying too. I know exactly how you feel. Girl, we have to learn to be more vocal when these so-called stylists are doing who knows what to our hair. I don't think I will be going to a salon anytime soon. 1,000 likes. This absolutely isn't funny at all. But when you kept saying, "Hey Arnold, I was dying," but girl, I can't believe that. See, this is why I don't let anyone touch my dog. Wait, my doggone hair. You probably shouldn't associate a dog with your hair. Shaking my head. People can't be trusted, man, nor do they act like they care. Because it doesn't affect them since it's not their hair. Shaking my head. Like you said, though, you're the bounce back queen, and I know you'll make it through. Sorry this happened to you, though, mama. Doggone. Right. Isn't it dog gone? Like, gone? Okay, whatever. All right. So now that we done ragged on this woman about haircuts, or let her rag on this stylist about haircuts, let's see a haircut done right, okay? Let's see what a haircut look like. Just real quick, all right? It's been an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? We about to call it a night. Where my video at? did I cut my sister's hair? Ooh, bitch, you cute or whatever. Damn, where's that video at? Okay, maybe I put one more. Let's do natural state, maybe? Damn, when you have so many videos and you can't find the shit. Bruh, where's my video at? See, you can't. I'm gonna find this video. I know I did it. See, now it's digging out every fucking video with the word cut in it. I'm not looking for that. Find my shit. I remember doing that video. Where the fuck is it? Haircut in. Was it this one? I don't think it was this one. I gave myself. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Trimming natural hair curly, removing heat damage. Oh, so we'll basically be able to see the whole thing take place, exactly what she was trying to do. All right. Great, I gotta hear my own voice.
Mind if I shoot you?
I think I know why he's as good as you. Your DNA and his.
All right, so this is me explaining to my sister getting her big chop. This is her with relaxed hair at the end. She transitioned for a long time. I did her big chop for her. And then there's her big chop.
Which ended up looking her and a half into her natural hair journey. I talked her into letting me flat iron her hair.
All right, so yes, we flat ironed her hair. And I gave her heat damage when I did this. She was a year into growing out her hair. So she literally came from this to this in a year. Aw, look at Leah. She's so cute. Aww. You hate your voice? I do. All right, so at this point, because she had gotten heat damage on nearly all of her hair, it took us 3 years for her to grow out her hair, to grow out the damage so that we could cut it. So I'm just showing you that I did multiple trims, and this is where we were 3 years later. This is all the heat damage that she had left. Her heat damage when I initially gave it to her was all the way up to the root in some places. So for us to get it here with all this length is tremendous. So you can see some of it there. Oh, let me enlarge this for y'all. Sorry. So this is how she always wore her hair in Chucky Twist, and that's even how she wears it now. I'm just showing some of the heat damage y'all can see. And we basically just avoided heat at all costs. We used heat a couple of times to give her some trims with extending her hair with the blow dryer, but I was very minimal with it. She keeps her twist in for a long time, so that's why it looks bad. All right, so I'm just taking out and detangling her hair, blah, blah, blah. Look at all this dandruff, gross. That's right, she's gonna get this good old shampoo. Look at me comb through this hair. Look at that. So simple. And I realize I have to do this with her hair because she leaves her hair in for a long period of time. And if I don't comb out all that shit hair, when I wash it, that shit will mat the fuck up. And this happened to me before. I made a whole video on how to take it down. So this is her hair detangled with just water. All right, so we just washed. All right, try to give you a close-up so you can see the heat damage and what it looks like versus her own natural texture. Literally just the ends, literally. All right, so I'm going through first because her hair is so thick and so full, and I am detangling her hair prior to doing the haircut. Now, this is what Sis was complaining about. Sis was complaining about combing through natural hair with a fine-tooth comb. In order for you to get this even cut that you are dying to have, you're going to have to smooth out the hair. And the only way to do that is with a fine-tooth comb. Like, you're not going to get that with a wide tip comb. It's just not going to give it enough tension. And you can do it without ripping through the hair. All right. Bam. Cutting it. And then I'll go over each part twice because natural hair tends to shrink and draw up at times. So just to get it as clean as possible, we'll have to go in multiple times just to make sure it's even. Here's a better angle. And look, you can't just go from root all the way to the tip and just comb it all the way through. Everyone's hair doesn't work like that. With her ends tend to curl up and then like wrap around itself. So I literally have to comb the hair in stages as I work down. So that's what I was doing here. If y'all can see. But you can see the comb is going through the hair. And look, there's not even any hair on the comb. There's no hair on the comb. And I'm using a piece of hair that I already cut to use as a guide to make sure the haircut is even. And I'm going through it twice, cleaning up the line. Bam. This is why I don't record haircuts. This shit is hard to do. Oh, look at my curls popping. Hey, look at those shiny ass curls. All right, so y'all see that part that just bounced back? That's the previous part I just cut. So literally, I'm drawing the hair out until I reach that point that I previously cut, and that lets me know that that's where I need to cut to even out and get the shape that I'm going for. Let me show y'all that again. So that's my guy. Let me back it up. Let me show y'all. This part right here is the guy. You see it's shorter. It's shorter right there. You see this part stops right here. The rest of this hair goes out right here. This is where you need to cut. You can see the line. You can see the shape. All you have to do is follow the guide. It's there. And that's where it starts releasing. And again, this goes back to when you pulling the hair out, the farther it is from the scalp, that's going to be more length to the hair. So that's why this is drawing up first. And I still have some of the guide caught right here. And I'm cutting into the guide right there. See, you see it, it's right there. Rada analyzing his video for us. Look, cause I'm looking at this. I'm like, did I do this cut right? And I'm looking at this shit like, bitch, you did that shit, bitch, you did that shit. Your salon hosts classes for other stylists, right? We're trying to work on doing classes. We've just been really busy, but our classes are for everybody. And again, going through, I don't know if, yep, look, you can see the guide again. You can see the guide right there, right there. And you can even see where the hair thins out because you can see the guide right there. That's where I'm cutting it at. And it does get a bit tricky when you get towards the top and you have all this loose natural hair going around, but you just have to maintain order and control. You can cut hair in its natural state and get an even cut. You just have to take your time. You literally just have to take your time. Oh, look at my fro, bitch. Look at my fro. Well, that beard was glistening too. Yeah, this cut was A1. I did that shit. I did that. So basically, what I did at the bottom here at the beginning when I was cutting, where was this at? When I was cutting down here, I was cutting the baseline. Okay, this is the longest point at which the hair is going to hit down her back. This is the baseline. That's the foundation for the entire haircut. So you have to make sure this is straight and even as it can possibly be. And then you work from there, follow your guide, and cut the lines to make sure that you have an even cut. All right? Oh, yeah. All right, so this is her hair in its natural state, undefined, all of that. But even still, even in just the afro, you can see the shape. And the reason why she has natural volume to it is not just because she has an afro, but it's because she has layers. I literally drew out and cut layers in her hair so her hair would, because everyone's hair grows out in layers. I saw some comment on somebody's video talking about my hair grows out better with a blunt cut versus in layers. And I'm like, nobody hair grows out in a blunt cut, so that doesn't even make sense. You have to go and get your blunt cut touched up like every 6 weeks just to maintain it. Like, people just like the idea of having their hair all hit at one point. Damn, I need you to cut my afro. Perfectly round afro. Perfectly round. Natural state. Fine tooth comb. And of course her hair is drawing in certain places or whatever. Her hair was shrinking and stretching as I was going through her hair. But again, you can even see the shape in the mirror. The shape is there. Your sister looks like you? I guess so. I don't see it. So these are her healthy twists with all her heat damage finally gone. You can even see the cut in the twist. You can see the layers. And that's what gives the hair that volume to it. Anyways, perfect like her Sims. You know what? That's funny. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Y'all know this is my little goth look or whatever I was rocking. Y'all couldn't tell me I wasn't cute though. But all right, that is, her hair is so nice. Ooh, look at goth neurotic. Oh, you're stupid. That was the only picture I really took with me being goth or whatever. Oh, my story time thing is gone. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Where at? Oh, she's talking about right here. Please do more of these streams. Oh, you liked it? Okay, we can definitely do more. I got plenty of shit to talk about. Plenty of shit to talk of about people. So we can definitely do more. Where did the time go? We just got on here just chatting. I wanted to get on it and stream a game, but honestly, I was just tired. I was really tired, and I was like, well, let me just get on and talk about some shit. Gonna thumbs this video. Yes, please do more. Y'all got it. All right. If I come across some more videos or whatever, or a movie review or something, we'll definitely try to do more of these. So we'll make it happen. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go to bed. I need to catch up on my sleep because I have been really tired this week. So I'm gonna do that, but probably won't be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be skate night. I'm gonna try to get on late Saturday evening. And we'll definitely have Fright Night Sunday. So I will see you all then. Until then, y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful and productive Friday. And until the next one, be blessed.